Okay, hi guys, and welcome today to English. Hi to Eloise and Angeli who are online.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good.
Good. I like the sound of that. I like that you have a lot of good positive energy when you say that. And hi to Javiera and Fo. Hey. Okay, so we are going to be talking about some sports. So we're going to talk more about activities, but more to do with types of sports. So, we have soccer, football, tennis, a lot of sports. But what's interesting is that now, instead of saying I like, soccer, I enjoy soccer, soccer is my favorite sport, we're going to be able to use the modal verb, which is can, which is different to just say, I like soccer, because I do like soccer, but I don't know how to play it. So when you say can, that means that you know how to play the sport, not just that you like it, but you know how to do it. So it's a different way of saying, like, for example, I can swim. I can swim really well. I can't play basketball. So you can make a negative sentence to show someone that you don't know how to do an activity or sports. I can speak English, but I can't speak Spanish. So you see now how I'm using this modal verb called can. So let's look at the grammar for that first. So I just wanted to show you this. So modal verbs is when we talk about abilities. Okay, ability means like you're able to do something. You can do it. You know how to do it. And interest. It's also when you're interested in doing something. So this is a present or a future way to tell someone that you know how to do something. So we have the subject. We've always said we have a subject to start our sentence, to start a positive sentence. That's I, you, he, she, it, we, they. And now you add can, and can is for all subjects. So even if I said, my mother can, I can, she can, we can, they can, doesn't matter. You use can for all the subjects. And then this is where you have the main action, the main verb. So that's the activity or the hobby or the interest. So, for example, I can speak English. That means I know how to speak English, not just I like English, I enjoy learning English. It's I can do it. I can speak English. It's another way to do it is to use the verb to be in the present. So am is are, depends on your subject. So I am, and then you put able to. I am able to speak English. I am able to swim. I'm able to play the piano. Okay, which is the same as can. So I just wanted to show you a different modal verb. So you put these can or to be able to before the main verb. Okay, before the main verb. And as I said, we talked about adverbs before. So if you want, you can say, I can play or I can swim, and then you can add an adverb really well. So these adverbs are like saying, how good can you do it? Really well, not well, extremely well, very well. So I can swim really well. Okay, and as I said, to make a negative sentence, you add can't or cannot. I cannot speak Portuguese. I cannot, um, run very fast. I cannot draw very well. Okay, so I added my adverb at the end. I cannot do this activity. And then I say good or not, well or not well. And to ask someone if they know how to do something, we need to start with the verb. So we say can, and then it becomes the subject. Can you? Can he? Can your sister? Can your friend? Okay, it doesn't matter the subject, but we need to start with can. So can you play tennis? That means, do you know how to do it? Do you know how to play tennis? Not do you like tennis or do you like to watch tennis, but do you know how to do it? Do you know how to pick up the tennis racket and hit really well? And do you know the rules? Like, do you know how to play it? Not do you enjoy it or do you like it? Do you know how to do it? Okay, so that's when we use can. It's a modal verb. That's just this grammar word. But it's talking about, interests and hobby that we know how to do. Okay, or if we don't know, we say we can't. Okay, so that's the grammar. Now, you could also say to someone, how well? So when I want to ask a question, I can say, how well can you speak Spanish? How well can you drive a car? How well can you do something? Okay, so when we ask that, we can ask with how well. Or we could use one of the 6 W's or the how. So what can you play? What instrument can you play? Which one? Like, which instrument can you play? The piano, the violin, the guitar. You can ask, what languages can you speak? Yeah, what languages can you speak? Do you know how to speak? What games do you know how to play? Whatever. Or how? Now, you know that when you look up on YouTube, maybe you want to know, how can I draw really well? How can I learn English really fast? How can I speak fluently? How can I play the piano? How can I fix my iPhone? So we can also do a how. We can ask that as a question. How can you do something? We want to know how to do it. How to write a story really well. Now, when we answer, we need to say with how well, we need to use different adverbs. So we need to say amazingly well, perfectly well. Okay, that means I know how to speak English really, really well, perfectly well. You could say really well, very well, pretty well. Yeah, well, I could do it pretty well. Yeah, I'm good. And then not so good. So I don't know how to speak Spanish. I'm not so well at speaking Spanish. I'm not good at speaking Spanish. Yeah, a bit. Not so bad. Now, if I'm really bad at doing it, like I cannot speak Chinese. I'm really bad. Really bad, badly, so bad. Okay, and these were some examples. So I can speak Spanish really well. That should be really well. Sorry, I can't speak Spanish, really well. That's a negative because I don't know how to do it. I can't. To make a positive, I can cook really well. Okay, so that's an activity, to cook. So I can cook really well. I can swim really well. I can make friends really easily. I can drive very well, but I can't speak Spanish really well. I can't sing really well. I can't draw very well. Okay, so that was the grammar. Now let's look at our textbook. So in the beginning of the book, we're here. The beginning of chapter 4, extreme sports. So let's look at some sports and then we will start to speak about them. So we have baseball. So you should know what these kind of activities are. Basketball, if you want, you can repeat after me. Boxing, cricket, really popular sport in Australia. Cycling, that's on the bike. Football, ice hockey, running, sailing, skiing, surfing, swimming, tennis. Okay, which of these sports need a ball? So baseball, basketball, cricket, football, and tennis. Which ones are in water? We know swimming, surfing, sailing, that's in water. Which are on snow? Skiing. And you could say ice hockey. It's not really snow, but it's an ice surface. Which have two teams? You know, because if I swim, I'm just swimming by myself. It's not a team. If I go running, it's not really a team. I'm just doing it by myself. So the ones that have teams, baseball, basketball, boxing, cricket, football, ice hockey, swimming, you can, if it's like the Olympics, you're watching swimming, and tennis. And you can see which one uses the verb play. So you can say, I play basketball, I play baseball. You don't say, I play boxing, you do boxing. So remember how we looked at some verbs? Do we do an activity if we're using our bodies? Like I do yoga, I do taekwondo, I do boxing. We play cricket. We do cycling because we're using our bodies to ride the bike. So I do cycling. I play football. I play ice hockey. I run. You don't, I do running. You can say I do running, but you don't play running because it's not a game. You don't play it. I go sailing. So we need to say I go sailing. I go skiing or I do skiing. I do surfing or I go surfing. I do swimming. Okay, because you could see it's not a team. So we say I do or I go swimming and I play tennis. So the ones where you say play is usually where there's two teams. That's how you can remember. If it's just by yourself, one person, then you'd usually say I do. I do yoga. I do gymnastics. Okay, we're going to read an article and then answer some questions about it. So let's read together so we can practice some pronunciation. So the title is Extreme Sports. And we have an introduction here. Lots of people do sport in their free time. But these people do extreme sports. Okay, so extreme sports is not like a general sport. It's really like, it's something that's like this, like cliff diving, you know, this is extreme sports. So cliff diving. Cliff diving is a very exciting extreme sport. And Cyril Omendakani, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, is an expert cliff diver. In this photo, he is in Kragero, Norway, at the Cliff Diving World Series. He can jump between 20 and 30 meters into the water feet first. Normal divers jump from 10 meters or less, and they jump into the water head first. He can jump from any high place. I cliff dive because I don't like soccer. I like the adrenaline, he says. Okay, so this is cliff diving. Okay, from the hill, from the cliff into the water. Okay, cliff diving. High lining. You can highline in lots of different places. But mountains are popular. You put a line between two high places and walk across. In this photo, American Andy Lewis walks above a canyon in Utah, USA. It's early evening, so he can't see very well. Also, the wind is strong, so Andy can't walk fast. But highlining is a great adventure. Okay, so this is the image here. You can see extremely dangerous. Because if he makes a mistake, he could fall. Mountain biking. Perhaps you often go cycling. But can you cycle across the top of 1,000 meters mountain? Professional mountain biker Kenny Bealey cycles across South Africa's Table Mountain in this photo. The landscape is perfect, he says. So the landscape means like the ground, you know, everything. The ground, it's perfect. Okay, paragliding. And this is the image here. In this photo, Justin Ferrar flies above frontal stock, I think, in the mountains of Switzerland. The weather is perfect for paragliding. And today, it's very peaceful. But paragliding isn't normally relaxing. Extreme paragliders can fly over 3,000 meters high and very long distances, over 300 kilometers. So the modal verb can, it comes before the verb. You must put can before the main activity. And no, you don't add S for if the subject is he, she, it, you do not put an S to can. And you don't need the word don't. The negative is just can't. So I can't, you know, speak Portuguese. And the adverbs, we looked at some of the adverbs. We had, you know, well, pretty well. And to make a question, how well? So anytime you hear the question, how well, automatically say really well, or if not, not so well. So try and put that word well into your answer. That's the easiest way. Because sometimes I see students, when I say to them, oh, how well can you do something? They'll say yes. And that's not the question. The question was not, you know, the question was not do you speak Spanish? The question is, how well can you speak Spanish? So always say really well. So always put that word well into your response. That's the easiest way to remember. Okay, let's have a look at some sentences. In number 7, I can swim well, but I can't dive into the water. Yeah, can you see how that's showing someone, I know how to swim well, but not diving. I can swim well, but I can't dive into the water. And we have a question. How well can you play tennis? How well can you play tennis? Okay, so my response to that would be kind of well. Yeah, kind of well. Like a little, like not so well is another response, not so well. Or if you know how to do it, you'd say really well. I can play tennis really well. Okay, so remember when you hear the question, how well, try and use that word well into your answer. Really well, not so well, horribly well, horribly bad. You know, you've got lots of different ones here. So I'll add kind of well. Yeah, kind of well. Number 3 is a question with can. So to make a question, can you cycle up a mountain? That means, do you know how to do it? Can you cycle up a mountain? And somebody responded, no, I can't. Because the question was can, so put the can into your answer. No, I can't. Yes, I can. The same as how well. How well can you draw? Really well. Number 4. I can. Okay, so we're showing someone we know how to do something. So I can play the guitar well and the piano a bit. So I know how to play the guitar, but not the piano. That's another way to say it. I can play the guitar well, but not the piano. And the piano a little bit. We have a question. So we can ask how many, we can use many, because we want to know a number. How many languages can you speak? It's a different question to, do you like to speak lots of languages? Or I can speak many languages. It's saying, how many languages can you speak? We can also say, I can't. A negative, I can't speak French, but I can speak Chinese a bit. Now, pronunciation, let's look at pronunciation. Can. So the N, you've got to do it. N. I can cook really well. I can play the piano. So try and practice it by saying lots of activities. I can draw. I can read really well. I can speak many languages. Okay, so try and practice it like that. I can eat a lot of things. I don't have allergies. I can eat anything. If it's a negative, can't. So I can't speak Portuguese. I don't know how to. I can't travel this year. I can't do something. For example, you can't smoke in the building. Okay, you're not allowed to. I can't smoke in the building. I can't bring alcohol to class. Okay, so that's a negative. You're not allowed to. So that's how we use can. It's a modal verb for showing someone we know how to do something or we don't know how to do something. Okay, so we're writing about what can you do really well. So what do you know how to do really well? So Fo says, I can swim, but I don't like being underwater for too long. Perfect sentence. So he knows how to swim, but he doesn't like to be underwater for too long. Maybe we can practice using can again. So I can swim, but I can't, because I just want to practice the can, but I can't stay underwater for too long. Okay, good. Angeli says, I can do gymnastics very well, but I can't play soccer very well. Good. You did talk about two types of sports, but that's fine. Javiera, I can cook Chilean. So make sure capital letters for names of nationalities. So Chilean. So I can cook Chilean food really well, but I can't in Australia because I don't have the same ingredients. Yeah, because I can't find the same ingredients as back home. So again, I'm showing you how you can even make a negative with can't. So I can cook Chilean food really well, but I can't in Australia because I can't find the same ingredients as back home. Good. I think that was everyone that we had. So what can you do really well? Okay, so we're going to be talking about a gap year. So a gap year is like 1 year. It's a time of 1 year when you finish high school and before you go to university. So maybe you want to take some time, maybe you want to travel, you want to take some time to do something in your life before you go to the next part of your studies. So that's what we call a gap year. And in countries like USA, it's really common for students before they go into university that they will do something for a year, even if it's just working or doing something, maybe because they're not sure what they want to do in their time, or maybe because they want to volunteer their time. So volunteer means you want to experience doing something where you work, but you don't get paid for. So that's called a gap year. So if we look in our textbooks and our textbook, we've got here like a website. And we're imagining this is a website and it's gap year volunteer work. So that means that in this 1 year period, you can work for free, but you get an experience. So you're making sure that you're learning something. That's very different. So let's read it together. So it's a website. We're going to read it together and look at the information that's in it. So what does the website offer? We know it has volunteer work. And what are the 3 top volunteer jobs? Okay, so let's read it and then we'll answer those questions. So I'll read first and then you can read after me. Okay, so gap year volunteer work. So do you need a break from your everyday work? Do you want to travel and live in other countries? Do you want to take a gap year between school and university? We have hundreds of volunteer jobs for your gap year. This week, our top 3 volunteer jobs are: number 1, help the lions. Volunteer in Zambia and help hundreds of orphan lion cubs. Number 2, write a newspaper. An English newspaper in Bolivia needs young, enthusiastic journalists. Number 3, teach English. Work with young children in schools all over the world. Okay, so we have a picture here. It says call 0200 678 58476 now and ask for more information. Okay, so that was an example of a website and it had information of what it was offering. So we know it's volunteer work, the 3 options, and details who to contact. So if we want more information, who can we call or email to get more information? Okay, so let's have a listen now to someone, a conversation where someone is interested in doing volunteer work and they are calling and asking for more information. Okay, so let's listen to that conversation.
Track 45, Unit 4D.
Hello, Gap Year Volunteer Work. Can I help you?
Yes, hello. I'd like some information about your gap year jobs. I'm a student and I want to travel next year. Do you have any interesting volunteer jobs?
Sure. We have a job for English teachers. Are you good at teaching?
I don't know. I can speak English well, but what other jobs are there?
Can you write? There's an English newspaper in Bolivia. They need journalists, but it's for 18 months.
No, I can't go for 18 months, and I'm not very good at writing. Is there anything else?
Do you like animals?
Yes, I love them.
Well, we have a job in Zambia. It's with lion cubs.
Wow, that sounds interesting. What's the job exactly?
So some of the ways that we can ask someone if they're good at something is saying are. So we start with the verb to be, and that's in the present because the subject is you, because I want to know if someone is good at doing something. So are you good at, and then you put the activity. Are you good at swimming? So if I said to Eloise, are you good at swimming? She would say, yes, I am. So you got to reply with the same verb that you heard. Yes, I am. That's, you can stop there, or you could say, yes, I am good at swimming. Okay, if you're not, you'd say, no, I'm not good at swimming. Okay, so always listen to the verb, the way that the question is said, and try and respond with the same grammar. Are you good at teaching children? Are you good at sports? You can just say like that. Are you good at sports? Are you good with artwork? You know, are you creative? Are you good at making things? Another way to ask is, can you? And then you put the ability and interest, like, can you swim? Can you speak Portuguese? Can you play the piano? Okay, can you grow some vegetables? It's the same as, do you know how to? So because the question was can, you must respond with yes, I can. Or if it's a negative, no, I can't. I don't know how to do it. No. You could also say, do you like? And then put the activity. Or maybe it's a noun, you know, it's an object, or it's the name of a film or the name of someone. So, you know, do you like swimming? That's the activity. Or the noun is, you know, do you like iPhones? Do you like reading? Okay. Do you like drinking coffee? Do you like exercising? So again, do. So you must put the answer in your response. Yes, I do like it. Yes, I do like swimming. If it's a negative, you would say, no, I don't like, whatever the activity is. Okay, so that was 3 ways that we can ask someone if they know how to do something, or if they like it. And remember, how to respond is really important. So we're going to create some conversations similar to the audio that we heard. So let's have a look at this example. So person A, I'll be person A, and maybe B can be Eloise.
Yes, teacher.
Yes? Okay. So we're creating a conversation, and it looks like I'm the person working and at this website company where we working for the place where we give people opportunities to do volunteer work. And Eloise is someone who's interested. She wants to call and find out more information. Okay, so let's start. So I'm going to answer the phone. So I say, hello, this is John from Gap Year Volunteer Work. Can I help you?
Hi, yes. I'm Maria. Can I know what volunteer jobs you have?
Volunteer jobs?
Volunteer jobs?
Sure. Do you like to help elephants in Thailand?
Not really. I can't travel at the moment.
Well, okay, we have other options. You can teach English to young kids, or you can help the dolphins at sea.
Well, I can speak English quite well and like to help children learn it.
Great. You can help children in Colombia in June for 3 weeks.
Okay, perfect.
Good. So you can see that that was a conversation. And the first option, Eloise, she didn't like it because she can't travel at the moment. Maybe because she has children, or maybe because, she has to take care of her mother or something. We don't know. But she's not able to travel. She can't. So I gave her another option. And I said, okay, if you want to teach children or help the dolphins. So Eloise then picked which option she liked. And she said, I can. Means I want to do it. It's the same as saying, yes, I want to do that. I can do it. I know how to. Okay? And then perfect. Okay, so we were creating a dialogue, which means a conversation. And we will imagine you are calling to inquire. That means to get information about volunteer jobs. And we talked about what volunteer jobs are. That's where you give your time for free, no money, so that you could help in doing something. Okay, so the first conversation is from Eloise. And she says, hello, how are you? Hello, thank you. So, hello, how are you? Hello, good, thanks. Because you got to answer that question. So, good, thanks. How can I help you? And then A says, I would like information about volunteer work for my gap year. So gap year just means when I have 1 year before I go to university. So she said, I would like information about volunteer work for my gap year. So you don't say yes because they didn't ask you a question. So you just say, okay, cool. B says, can you travel? So that's good. Okay, cool. A little bit too casual when you're calling a company. They shouldn't really be very casual in conversation. So maybe, okay, great. Can you travel? And then person A says, yes, I would love to visit another country. That's good, but I want to practice can. So yes, I can visit. Yes, I can visit any country. Any country in the world, or maybe in Latin America. So maybe it depends where. I can visit any country in Europe. So maybe, again, because we want to practice the can, That means that she's able to, she knows how to, and she's available, she can. So yes, I can visit any country in Latin America. And B says, great. So again, you've got to have these natural responses. So great. Well, we have a vacancy available, a little bit of a formal language, maybe just, well, we have a job, or we have a job available in New Zealand. Okay, so maybe I can travel, I can visit any country in the world. So we'll go to in the world. And then great. Well, we have a job available in New Zealand for, not for, but to, a job available in New Zealand where you can help. So I'm not sure what the, so where you can help clean and protect native forests. And A says, I don't think so. So again, I don't think I can do that is a better way to say that. I don't know much about forests. Good. So I don't think I can do that. I don't know much about forests. Or conservation. So conservation is to do with forest and land and nature. So good. I don't know. I don't think I can do that. That's good using can. I don't think I can do that. I don't know much about conservation. Is there another option? Yeah. Are there? So because plural, you want to know, are there other options? Many, like are there many other options? And B says yes. We have a vacancy. So again, vacancy is not very common language. We say, yes, you can. Yes, so you can go to Costa Rica and help with the sea turtles and help save, maybe, and help save sea turtles. Okay, so you're not saying what the job is, you're saying what the person can do. So you can teach children English, you can help the homeless people, feed them, you can make clothes for whatever. So yes, you can go to Costa Rica and help save the sea turtles. And B says, can you help? So I'll take that off. So you can help save the sea turtles. And A says, wow, yes, that is what I was looking for. Good. I love marine life. That is what I was looking for. Instead of, I love marine life. I'm excited. When can I go? Good question. I'm excited. When can I go? B says, great. You can travel in a week, in a week's time. So you can travel in a week's time is how we say it. That means that next week, you can travel in a week's time, or you can travel next week, and your volunteer job will last for 3 weeks. Good, because when someone says yes, they need to know how long. So she said, and your volunteer job will last for 3 weeks. A says, perfect. I'm on vacation. Now remember, we don't say vacation. That's American. Yes, holiday. So I'm on holidays. Maybe just I'm on holidays now. So that is perfect. So she's like, yes, perfect. I'm on holidays now. So that is perfect. And then B says, cool. See you soon. And A says, thank you. See you later. Bye. Good. So really good conversation, Eloise. I'll send this one back to you. Make sure you have a look at the little bit of changes that I made. Okay, so we have another one. Javiera. Let's have a look. So again, we're creating conversations about asking what volunteer opportunities or what volunteer jobs are there. We want to know how long, what can we do? Lots of questions. Okay, so Javier's conversation or dialogue. Hello, this is a company volunteer work. Usually you'd say the name. You don't just say this is this is an English company. You'd say, hi, this is like Mindset English or whatever. So you'd say the name. Maybe hello, maybe the name. This is John speaking. How can I help you? So it's a bit better. So hello, this is John, if you want, from Volunteer SA. So we can pretend that's the name of the company. So, hi, this is John from Volunteer SA speaking. How can I help you? And B says, hi, I'm Javi. So just make sure spelling, I'm Javi. Can I know what volunteer jobs you have? Good question. So we know when we ask a question, we start with the verb. In this case, it was can. Can I know? Can I find out? Is another word to say, bye, Eloise. See you tomorrow. So
Bye.
Bye. So it's the same as asking, can you tell me? I want to know information. So can I know what volunteer jobs you have or what volunteer jobs are available? Can I know? Can you tell me? A says, yes, I'm going to show you 3 programs that we have. Now it's over the phone. Show you means to see. So I'm going to tell you. So you got to be careful. It's not, I can't see it. I can hear it. So I'm going to tell you. So yes, I'm going to tell you about 3 volunteer programs that we have. So I'm going to tell you about 3 volunteer programs that we have. So he could say first, 3 volunteer programs that we have. We have, so you can either, so when you give an option, you can either work with animals, because it has to be in the plural because it's in general, children or nature. So you can either work with animals, children, or nature. So you're giving 3 options. So either is a good word. You could either drink coffee or tea. I have coffee or tea. Which one do you want? So when you give an option, either. So you can, using again, you can either work with animals, children, or nature. And B says, I like nature. Good, but we want to practice can. So yeah, maybe she could say, well, I like nature, so I can do that. I can do, yeah, something with that. Like, yeah, I can do that. So again, we're practicing I can, not just saying I like nature. I like it, but yes, I know I want to do it. Like I can do it. So we want to add not just I like it, but I'm available. I can do it. I know how to. I want to. So I can do something with that. And then A says, perfect. Usually you just say perfect. Great. Can you clean the beaches on the coast of Brazil? So the country, not the nationality. So perfect. You can clean. So I might say you instead of asking a question. You can clean the beaches on the coast of Brazil. And then B says, sure, I can do that. I love it. We usually say I'd love to, but I'll just take that off. Sure, I can do that. Maybe sure, I can do that. So that's a great way to show someone, yeah, I'm interested. Sure, I can do that. And then A says, this volunteer has 3 months. So maybe she could say, sure, I can do that. We can ask a question, how long will it be for? So maybe her question now is, okay, how long will it be for? And A will say, we don't usually say it will last. It will be for 3 months, starting in September. So remember names of the days of the months of the year, we put capitals as we do for the days of the week. So it will be for 3 months. Starting in September, can you be here by then? We say, can you be here by then? And then B says, yes, I can. Good. So she's showing she's interested. Yes, I can. My gap year starts in September. You just say in September. My gap year starts maybe at the beginning of September. So that's perfect. Yeah. Yes, I can. My gap year starts at the beginning of September. And then A says, great. See you tomorrow. Don't forget to upload your conversation. Bye. So great. Please, we don't, please send. So when you give like an order, you just say the verb. Please send me. Please give me. Please email me. So you don't really say can. Can is more, oh, can you do it? And then the person will say yes or no. But when you're being more direct, you're making, and you want that, you say, please send me the documentation. Maybe just please send me your details. I would say, please send me your details by email. And then B says, okay, I can do that. I don't want to repeat, I can do that because you said it before. Just, okay, great. Okay, I will. I will, thanks. So usually you'd say thanks. Okay, I will, thanks. So good, that was a good conversation where we were again calling and asking for information about volunteer jobs. So really important, we were looking at the modal verb. So if you remember, the modal verb was when we say we can. So I know how to do something, I can do something. Or if it's a negative, you would say I can't. I don't know how to do it. I can't speak Portuguese. I can't speak any other language but English. It's sentences like that. And not just saying that we can do something or we can't, but now we know how to say if we can do it well, very well, or not very well. So I can swim, and now I can add, I can swim really well. So, because some people, they know how to do something, but maybe they're still learning. So they'll say something like, oh, I play the piano. I love the piano. I can play it, but not really well. I'm still learning. So that's how we use the modal verb. Why do we say can? It's different to I like, or I love, or I enjoy, or I prefer. It's I know how to do it. And then you can add if you can do it really well, or maybe not so well. Okay, so that's what we have. So next lesson, we are going to be writing emails. So we're going to be writing short emails with a good structure, in a professional manner, using, expressions that are correct for an email, making sure it's not too casual, and it's nice and formal. It's got a good structure, with a good beginning, a good middle, and we're ending it correctly. And also looking at just writing text messages. So casual messages. Maybe we want to write a message on social media to a friend. So let's look at email writing and just, general everyday writing, short messages to people that we know, all next lesson.